Hey guys, welcome to another OFOUR review. Today we're going to be starting a new series on the channel called A Not So Brief History Of. And in this series we're going to try to take a look at the history of the releases and the story behind whatever subject we decide to go over. You know, either be it kicks or gadgets. In today's episode we decided we're going to take a closer look at the history of Yeezys and from when it started till date. Kanye West has been on the forefront of the music industry for well over a decade and of the fashion industry for almost just as long. The guy's outreach is incredible, and I don't think it's far-fetched to say that he will forever be remembered as one of the most influential people of our generation in his respective industries. Safe to say, we here at OFOUR are fans. I mean, his music plays through the OFOUR speakers, we bug the neighbors, we try to rap along to his songs very poorly, and some of us own a bunch of 350 V2s or 700s and 500s. I mean, we're absolute fans. With all the reasons to remember him, this series is going to be focusing on his shoes and why that's such a big part in our culture. The hype built over every single release, you know, has people camping out of stores for days. It has people waiting in line on websites, refreshing the page, don't refresh the page, to try to get, try to pre-order one of the shoes. It has, the resale values of the shoes are insane. I mean, there's an absolute demand for these shoes, and for reasons you'll find out are justifiable. But when did it all start? It started in 2007, but not with Adidas. It actually started with Nike. In 2007, Nike and Kanye teamed up to release the first ever pair of shoes under, you know, a big major brand. So on April 4th, 2009, the Air Yeezys were released. Now they were released in 3 colorways, Zen Gray, Black and Pink, and Net. Now these shoes kind of reminded me of a bit of Air Jordans because they have a high ankle collar, a strap over the laces. I mean, they look like basketball shoes, but that's not too far from actually what happened with the second iteration, which we'll get to in a second. The reception to them were sort of mixed. Some people felt it was sort of like love at first sight. Other people felt like, you know, they needed a bit more time to warm up to it. And the last few were just like, nah, it's a drop, it's not a cop. But regardless, it's still a major conversation piece, and they hold the trophy as Kanye's first break into the market with a major brand like Nike. So to create hype, Kanye had to use some of his marketing skills. And the guy has skills. I mean, he would wear prototypes and pre-releases on tour. He would make wild proclamations and declarations on Twitter and in his songs. He'd get some of his friends and colleagues in the industry to help out. He's got, you know, Jay-Z mentioning the Air Yeezy 2s, I believe, and Macklemore on stage holding a pair and famously threw them into the crowd for some lucky person to take home. I mean, it's that sort of thing that he's done that connects with the people to build the hype. So when the 2s did eventually come out, they came out on April 13th, 2012, to an unimaginable level of hype. I mean, so they were a bit more animalistic in design, they're a bit more rugged, they had spikes on the back, and they were just more aggressive. They still had the strap over the laces and everything, but they were a little bit more rugged than the first pair. They released in 2 colorways, Solar Red and Pure Platinum, but with one more planned. However, before the release of the 3rd colorway, Red October, the Red Octobers I should say, Kanye had ended up cutting ties with the swoosh brand. Nike had refused to give him what he wanted in the original deal. He wanted royalties on all of the pairs sold, and Nike refused to give it to him. So he felt it was time to walk away. But in 2014, to everybody's surprise, Nike eventually did sell the Red Octobers. They put it on their website as an exclusive, and they did very little marketing for it. But when people found out, they went ballistic. The shoes were gone incredibly fast. I hope you liked this series and the topic itself. You know, drop me a comment, which did you like more, the first iteration of Air Yeezys or Air Yeezy 2s? Don't forget to subscribe to catch the future videos and also catch the videos that I've done in the past. If you want to get in touch with me directly, you can follow me and DM me on Instagram at OFOUR_reviews. And next video, we'll look into the drops of 2015. So I'll see you guys then.